Hey everyone, Longacres Finance here with advice on paying down your debt. I'm going to tell you about the Snowball and Avalanche methods that you can use to pay down your debt quicker. Debt is a real problem in America. Household debt was over $14 trillion as of 2019. The majority of that debt are mortgages, and the other three main types are student loans, car loans, and credit cards. Maybe your finances are in order, or you're just a little behind, or perhaps things are pretty crappy. Either way, everybody can always do a little bit better with their finances. And no matter how bad your situation, there's always a path out. If you have a large amount of debt, it'll be a long way out from under that burden, but in the end, you'll be happy for it. So don't worry, worrying is like a rocking chair. It will give you something to do, but won't get you anywhere. Instead, you want to focus on what you can do and move in the right direction. The first step to conquering debt is starting a budget. If you already have one, fantastic, and if you don't, you should start one today. A budget will help you get a better understanding of your current situation and find areas where you can improve. Use an app, Excel, or a piece of paper. It really doesn't matter what you use so long as you start a budget. It's a good idea to create a monthly budget since most bills are paid on a monthly basis. Start by listing your income, and if your income varies, use an estimate and perhaps be conservative. Next, list all your expenses. Start with your fixed expenses, like mortgage or rent payment, car payment, student loans, TVs, and cell phones. Once you're finished with your fixed expenses, move on to variable expenses like gas, electric, water, food, fuel, and entertainment. If you're having a hard time estimating your variable expenses, use last month's amount, and consider keeping a transaction journal. This will help you create better estimates in the future. Once your budget is written down, you want to subtract your expenses from your income. The difference is your excess cash for the month. You can do one of three things with this excess money. You can spend it, you can pay down debt, or you could save it, and you probably want to do a combination of the three. If you find that your expenses exceed your income, you got a problem. That's negative cash flow. There's only three solutions to this. You can either increase your income, lower your expenses, or do a combination of the both. To increase your income, you can find a part-time job, ask for a raise at work, or think of another way to generate money. To lower your expenses, it's best to focus on non-essential expenditures, like your cell phone, TV and internet, spending on eating out, and entertainment. You can also review current interest rates to see if you can refinance any of your fixed loans to a lower rate. Back to paying down debt, and the first popular method is called the Snowball Method. In this method, you pay off your debt starting with the smallest amount and working your way up to the largest. Start by listing your debts starting with the smallest debt first. You want to make minimum payments on all your other debts and apply all your excess money towards your smallest loan. Once your smallest loan is paid off, move on to the next smallest loan. Your smallest loan will be the easiest to pay off quickly, especially if you have a good amount of excess money into your monthly budget. This method is called the Snowball Method because as you pay off your smaller debts, the amount of money you can apply towards your next debt grows in size, just like rolling a snowball. The appeal of this method is that you reduce the number of your debts the quickest. This can be motivational to a lot of people. The downside is that you may not save the most money in interest, since your smaller loans may not necessarily have the highest interest rates. The second popular method is called the Avalanche Method. Yes, another winter reference. In this method, you pay off your debt starting with the highest interest rate and working your way down to the lowest interest rate. You want to start by listing your debt by interest rate in descending order. Then make minimum payments on all smaller interest rate debts and apply all your excess money to the debt with the highest interest rate. Once your highest interest rate debt is paid off, move on to the debt with the next highest interest rate. The advantage to this method is that you will pay the smallest amount of interest over the payoff period. The downside is that it may take a long time to eliminate your first debt if your highest interest rate debt also has a large balance. Both methods are great tools to help eliminate debt. You want to choose the one that suits you better. A debt-free life will lead to more cash flow and the ability to focus on accumulating wealth and enjoying your life more. Some people say some debt is good. They're crazy. Unless you're using debt to create more wealth or for a necessity, it's never good for you. Some debt is unavoidable. True, it's hard to save enough money to purchase a house for cash or for an emergency expense, but some debt is created by dumb decisions or a never-ending need for instant gratification. That's it. If you liked the video, consider subscribing for more content and hit that like button. If you have questions, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.